Hey everyone, it is Tali and I am back with another video. If you cannot tell, I have moved. My boyfriend and I have moved into a home and it has been the craziest 2 weeks of my entire life. With the move and also the week prior to our move, I had really bad laryngitis, so I couldn't do any videos at all. It was absolutely awful. There's been so much drama. And of course, everything happened at the worst time for me. But I'm really happy to be here, and you'll see the whole setup change a lot within the next few weeks because I'm just now getting settled in. But today's video is going to be on the season finale and really just the whole season wrap up of season 7 of Real Housewives of Potomac. So let's start with probably my least favorite girl, and that is Charisse. Charisse this season has been so unnecessary to me. I don't like Charisse. I don't trust Charisse. I think I have liked her more in other seasons, especially earlier on. I have found her to be able to stand her ground, and I really like that about her. But overall, I just don't really think that she's necessary. I can see why people can see this whole like Queen of Potomac act with her, but I don't think that she deserves that title. She's pretty irrelevant as far as the series goes. And in this episode, the season finale, and also the episode prior, which was Robin's bachelorette party, she has been so incredibly messy. And Charisse really doesn't have any room to talk about anybody else. She's kind of similar to Giselle in that way. And I don't know. I found like her spreading these rumors about Karen cheating on Ray, which I don't even know is true. I'll get to that later. She's being really ugly about it, and it doesn't wear well on her. Charisse being shady and standing up in Mexico and banging on the table and doing all that, it does not look good on her. Because I've always seen her as being a little more refined than that. And I just don't think that it doesn't, it's not a good look for her. It's really ugly. And I just didn't find her necessary at all. I've come to just hate Charisse this season, honestly. I don't know. I don't like her in this season. The next girl, because she's not even worth talking anymore about, is Jacqueline. I believe that's her name. That's Mia's sister/friend. The biggest issue I have with Jacqueline is the fact that it feels as if she holds Mia's past and Jacqueline's ability to have like taken her in, her and her mom have taken her in, like she holds that against Mia. And I think that that's really messed up. It's like, well, we've done so much for you, my family, my mom, whatever. And Mia was like, I was there on Mother's Day with your mom. Where were you? You know? And it's like, she also doesn't owe you her entire life. You didn't take her and her mom did, you know? And it's just, it's kind of gross. Her attitude's kind of gross, but I do think that there has to be something more going on behind the scenes, because that can't be the whole kids thing of her think that she can drop them off at Mia's house. Like, there has to be something more to it. And I know Mia had said, like, she always does this. She's been acting like this for the past week, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure she has. She seems a little bit too dramatic. She needs to stay to be, like, a friend of, because I don't want to see her as a housewife, which I don't believe she's a wife. She could be, but no. She annoys the crap out of me, honestly. Moving on is Mia. Mia, I really like, I like a lot of the things that she does. I like the way that she carries herself generally. The Peter Thomas scenes, that whole like plot line was really embarrassing. The way that she treated Wendy, uncool. I like how she apologized to her and everything, but that whole dinner situation was bad. What I will say that I really liked about Mia this season was she was able to kind of bring Candace down and humble her tale. because I was scared there for a minute. I was scared that Candace was kind of going to run all over Mia. And it didn't happen, which was great. And also with the whole Monique situation, I mourn Monique being a housewife like every single day. She is probably my all-time favorite housewife, like, that's ever been on Potomac. If not, she's up there for all the housewives of all the franchises for me. I loved her. And I'm so sad she's not a housewife anymore. I saw on Twitter she had said, like, I'm not that girl anymore, so she's, like, not coming back. But, ugh. Anyways, Mia, I think, is another woman who can stand her ground, and she's been very good overall, besides the stuff with Wendy. And this episode, her not standing up for Karen at the bachelorette party, I didn't find to be as big of a deal as it would be to, like, it's almost like it would have been better if Mia just didn't say anything at all. She did just ask the question, are you guys saying Karen's a prostitute? I think the other women had said a lot worse things than Mia, and it would have been hard for Mia to stand up against all the girls with how, like, ride or die they are for Charisse, and how against they were Karen of that night. Like, that whole night they were just ganging up on Karen, and I absolutely hated to see that because that was really obnoxious. And it was all coming from Charisse, who has just no place to talk. But yeah, I think that Karen is being a little too rough on Mia. She's being a little too harsh on Mia, but hopefully over time they can regroup and have a better friendship. That being said, I'm going to move on to Karen. And Karen is personally my queen of Potomac. I love Karen. As you guys know, she's just absolutely amazing. And Karen this season, I believe, was very, I wouldn't say, she was very responsive and not reactive. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't react a lot, she responded a lot. Besides from the Charisse table in Mexico thing, Karen did a really good job this season at just not taking all of, like, the BS she was getting from the girls a little, like, as seriously. And she just kind of let things roll off her back as she saw fit, besides from the Charisse thing, I know. And I like the way that she's handled herself. I thought it was so funny seeing that drawing of the Karen look-alike that Juan was cheating on Robin with. That was hilarious. If I can get that picture, I'd be so happy. It has to be somewhere on Twitter, I know. But I thought that was absolutely hilarious. I don't know who this blonde girl is. It looks like they're going to talk about it at the reunion. And as we know now, there was somebody that Juan had cheated with. I didn't know that so many people on social media had always felt that Juan was a cheater. I really wanted Juan and Robin to work. I mean, they are married now. They are happy. They said they worked through everything, but we'll get to that later. The stuff with Karen involving herself into it was really funny. It was really funny. Oh, but you know what wasn't funny was Karen saying that Juan had hugged her. So it was funny because, like, it wasn't supposed to be that serious, but it wasn't funny because of all the allegations against Chris when Karen was saying, oh, Juan hugged me so tight my boobs went back to, like, my vertebrae and blah, blah, blah. That was so funny to me, but we don't need to take her serious with all of that. That was funny. My next girl, we're going to move on to Wendy. Wendy, I love Wendy. I love her. I think she's amazing. And I am really sad because I don't know if we'll see her next season. That's my theory. I think that a lot of the women are starting to push her out, and I don't like that. She really didn't have any type of role in the past few episodes, which has saddened me a lot. And I hope they don't just completely push her out. I really like Wendy. I don't like the fact that she was treated so poorly. And with how she was treated at that dinner, she was like a victim's a strong word, but she was the one getting the heat from Mia, and all the girls like were not in support of Wendy. It was really unsettling to watch because all the girls were just being so ridiculously on Mia's side and not Wendy's. Like, I don't know why they're trying so hard to push her out. It's really unfair, and I really like her. The next woman I'm going to talk about is Robin. Robin is right there. Actually, no, I'm going to change what I said. Robin is my least favorite housewife. She is my least favorite housewife on Potomac because she talks a lot of mess. A lot. In this episode, she had talked in her confessional and said like, oh, well, as soon as there's allegations or they're talking about Karen cheating on Ray, Karen doesn't even want Ray to hear it, and she just runs off. First of all, Ray said he didn't want to hear it, and second of all, your man is cheating. Your man has been cheating. And on top of that, you have dodged every allegation. You've never taken, and that's why like there's rumors of Robin potentially being fired from the show, is because she didn't bring up the cheating rumors until after the season was basically done. And they were talking about on Watch What Happens Live, and Robin was like, well, it wasn't pertinent to this like season, blah blah blah. I was like, yes it was. Like this is what you're supposed to do. This is your job. And I know Lisa Rinna had made a comment on something. She was like in an interview saying, like I talk about my life, unlike like Robin from Potomac or whatever. You know I love Lisa Rinna. But Robin is, what are you talking about? And she's so embarrassing. Robin is so embarrassing to me. I'm really happy that they got married. The wedding was absolutely beautiful. Congratulations to them. But your man is a cheater. You married a cheater. Again. So why don't you worry about your own home? Because Karen might be cheating on Ray. They might have an agreement, whatever. But it's not the way Juan's doing it. And how dare she think she has any room to talk? She's right there with Ashley. Ugh. She makes me sick. And you know what? Is that Robin's never been that interesting, and neither has Giselle. If Giselle was ugly, which she's not, all of the women on the show are absolutely gorgeous, but if Giselle didn't look the way that she did, the Green-Eyed Bandits would be absolutely nothing. They're so boring. God, it makes me so mad because Robin really is the most boring housewife. She is the most boring. I think she used to be the person that I saw to be like the most level-headed, but this season she really pissed me off. I don't like her. I don't like her anymore. And she's always been boring, but I always thought that she was nice. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't like her. Ashley Darby. We'll move on to Ashley. She got the house. That's great. I'm happy for her. She was a lot messier than usual. She was Giselle level messy this season, and I didn't like that. But I can't help but kind of have some feeling toward Ash. I really like her to an extent for whatever reason. I think what they're doing is a little odd, her and Michael. Some people are speculating they're not going to actually get divorced. I don't really care. And I think that it's probably smarter for her to divorce him, but I can see why she wouldn't want to because of the money, and her mortgage is $13,000 a month. Ashley going up to Chris and being like, what did I say? What do I say? You knew what you were going to say. She's just being messy. But Ashley's so harmless. She's a harmless little flea. You know what I mean? Like, she's just harmless. She's cute and she's fun and whatever. And you can easily put Ashley in her place. You know what I mean? She's tiny, she's cute, she's fun. But she's so not threatening whatsoever. But this season, I thought we had some good moments with her. She just needs to stop being so messy because it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. Don't mess up your reputation. We already got past, we just barely got past her defending Michael for touching everybody's booties. So, like, she just needs to lay off a few seasons. You know what I'm saying? But overall, there's something just so likable about her. And her kids are so adorable. Oh my goodness, her kids are so adorable. Moving on to Candace. Candace, I have a love-hate relationship with Candace. I think Candace is very entertaining. I think she's just... And towards the end, or the last half of this season, she's been very enjoyable to me. The first half, kind of obnoxious. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. My cats now have their stuff in my gaming / beauty / whatever room, and she just ran in here full speed and jumped on me. So I'm sorry. This is Collie. You say hi to Collie. Candace, I think she's a lot better. Earlier this season, the past season, she's been a little too much for me. And her attitude's just a lot. But I really do think that she's making positive changes to be a little bit more subdued. I think she's handled this whole situation with Chris very, very well. I really don't know what to feel about this situation with Chris. Like, it upsets me that so many people online, like, really don't trust Chris. But the people online don't know him, right? But I don't think that he really had bad intentions. And I think the girls were being a little over dramatic. The girls, Ashley and Giselle, like, he really didn't do anything. And we see the preview of the reunion of him being like, what did I even do? Like, I've lost clients. I've had to talk to my family. Like, what did I do? Like, it just didn't warrant this whole thing. And I think he's right. And I think Chris still being respectful and being like, telling Ashley in the season finale, like, hey, I'm really sorry I'm yelling at you. I don't want to do this, but I'm so upset right now. Like, you're pissing me off. I think he's just a really great guy for Candace, and I think they've both handled this whole situation very well this season. I have nothing bad to say about Candace for now. She's really done a lot to change her past behavior because she was a little rough for a bit around the Monique time and a little bit after. But as long as she's not as combative and making fun of Ashley's appearances and stuff like that, I think overall she's entertaining and she's funny. And she's absolutely adorable. And the last woman I'm going to talk about is going to be Giselle Bryant. Giselle at one point was my favorite housewife. That was season 4. She was my favorite housewife. And I kind of get hot and cold with her. But this season she was okay. She was a little less messy than I've seen her in some seasons. Giselle's just boring to me. She's absolutely beautiful, but she's just boring to me. She has not enough going on. I feel really sorry about her having her hysterectomy. My mom has recently needed to have a hysterectomy as well. Oh my god, this is my other cat, Mikoto. Say hi. Why are you looking like that? Why are you looking like that? What is wrong with you? Okay. Can you move, please, or just go down here? I don't know why she has an attitude. She just doesn't have a lot going on, and I think that she can be a little mean for what she has. You know what I mean? Like, she's super judgmental for someone who doesn't need to be very judgmental. But I do feel sympathetic towards her in the way that she's afraid to have, she was afraid when she was going into having her hysterectomy. But overall, I think that she's been pretty good this season. Slightly slightly messy is always kind of like a good medium for me. I think in the episode prior where they were talking about the bachelorette party, or they were at the bachelorette party, Giselle really didn't go in on the Karen stuff like I expected her to. I was really afraid that she was just going to kind of ruin her relationship with Karen and say things that she probably shouldn't say. And she said some things, but not anything to where it wasn't repairable, you know? So, yeah. I think overall it was an interesting season. I think there was a lot of people that didn't like this season. Very disappointed in Robin with the cheating scandal and her not speaking up about it, just her whole behavior. I think this whole season has been kind of surrounded by Robin being nasty, and I didn't like it. I really didn't like her behavior and how they kind of honed in on that. I'm sure if she's there next season, she's going to talk about how I'm not going to say that, but I've heard rumors about Robin getting fired. And if Robin gets fired for not doing her job because she wasn't doing her job, I think that Giselle's going to have a hard time, because the Green-Eyed Bandits are so close that I think if one of them were to be alone with the rest of the women, they'd have a hard time without the other. I'm just going to say that. And both of them being gone is kind of impossible, because I don't think they're ever going to get rid of Giselle. Ever. And I don't think they should. I just think that they need to give her a better storyline besides, is she going to have a boyfriend this season? You know what I'm saying? So that is it. Tell me how you feel about the whole season. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Were some things that I missed? I know there's probably things that I missed. But those were the things that were kind of addressed in this season finale, and things that I really wanted to talk about. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you next week for the season reunion. Bye, everyone.